Dad always says the greatest team he ever played was the 92 Cowboys, 93 Cowboys. Mm-hmm. Do you think you guys go on, like you said right there, do you think you go on and win the Super Bowl if you didn't win that game right there and had home field?
I'm not sure if we do or not.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure how well I would have been able to perform if I did not have
the week off.
That week off.
Right.
Because, I mean, almost 7 days after that, I still had swelling in my shoulder and in my trap, and it was still uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how well I would have been able to perform.
Yeah, right.
Now,
They'd have to do it some other ways.
Yeah, we were good, but I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
we had to do it some other ways.
Right.
You have to have superpowers to be a professional athlete, but you had a higher level, and I've told you this before, but it really is amazing. We've talked to guys all week about what it means to play running back and go between the tackles against those giants that are literally trying to throw you to the ground and land on top of you. And you just had a knack for playing through anything and everything, because it's not like you avoided it. You just found a way to play through it.
Well, you have to find ways to play through certain things. I mean, some things you can play through. Then there are others that you just absolutely cannot do anything with. There's a difference between being hurt and injured. Hurt, you should be able to play.
Right.
Injured, you're on the sideline.
Right.
But in games like this that mean so much, and I still have my legs, I got to have my legs to get away. You can manage through some of the other stuff.
Right.
Some of the other things are manageable.
Right. Yeah. All right.
Like Patrick Mahomes, for example.
Yeah, right.
High ankle sprain.
Right.
He managed
through
last week's game, or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Managed through it, got the ball where he needed to get it, and they performed well.
Right.
He can do the same thing come Sunday.
Right. Well, while we're on them, like, I know you guys had a dynasty. They're not a dynasty yet, but it's 3 out of 4 years like you guys, right? What jumps out to you about their run that kind of makes the Chiefs magical?
Right now is the fact that Tyreek Hill is not there.
Yeah.
And they made an adjustment to bring in other guys to fulfill that role, and they are doing it.
Right.
The consistency and the expectation of the team.
It's impressive, right?
It's impressive.
Yeah.
The focus and the discipline of that team is impressive. The nucleus of that team is still there.
Yeah.
So they're plugging and playing and growing and building with new people.
Yeah.
And those people are becoming more comfortable and more effective at what they're doing in this offense and on this team. So, am I surprised? No, not really.
Right.
Because you still have a great quarterback, tight end, and other players that are making plays. And that defense is, they haven't been great all year, but they've been good enough.
They rise on the right occasion. Right.
We're now 27 years removed from the last time the Cowboys even played in an NFC championship game. Obviously, you were on that team 2 weeks before beating the Steelers in Super Bowl 30 for your third win in 4 years. I would have never dreamed somebody, and Chris and I have talked about this, if somebody would have told me that year that early 2023 the Cowboys still haven't been back to one of the games to get to the Super Bowl, I said, there's no way. These are the Cowboys. The Cowboys are always in it. What needs to happen now to punch through next year or the year after?
Well, there's a lot of evaluation that needs to take place, not necessarily just on the players' side of the equation, but also on even the coaching side. I think Dan Quinn has done an excellent job with our defense. Excellent job. He got the guys playing at a totally high level. They're playing not only with confidence, but they're playing fast, and they're playing even to some level of discipline there. Offensively, I'm not sure we're playing at a high level yet.
Right.
And there are coordinators that try to achieve, I want to run 90 plays a game.
Right.
How they get to the damn 90 may not be in line with the talent that you actually have on the team.
Yeah, gotcha.
And so I think there's an opportunity to reduce a lot of those 90 plays and come up with 25, 30 staple plays that we run, and we run them with perfection.
Right.
And it's hard for somebody to stop it, even if they know it's coming.
You were built like that, your Cowboys teams, right?
Yes.
Kind of like the dad always taught. We knew what defense they're going to line up with. They just were so good at it and so good, it didn't matter.
It just didn't matter.
And so you guys, with some of your running plays, like you had 4 or 5 running plays, right?
It just didn't matter.
Yeah.
You had to stop them.
But you executed them perfectly.
We executed them perfectly every time.
Right.
And I think from that point forth, then you can start working your way and building your way to
little
the
things off of it, right?
Yes.
Right.
Personnel groupings and everything else can change. I can run the same 25 plays 9 different times with
different formation, personnel, whatever.
You know
right,
it.
right.
And I don't see that.
Yeah.
I don't see that. I don't even see that at the college level.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I think coaching has gone down in those areas because they're so caught up in trying to run so many different plays and RPO this and RPO that, that they are leaving the basics and the fundamentals alone.
Right. Yeah, so you probably respect like the 49ers and what they do because they kind of do that.
Yeah.
Like what you're talking about.
Exactly.
They're old school.
Very much old school.
Yeah, yeah.
And yet very effective. Even in today's world, that old school West Coast system works with the Niners.
Right.
And it works with Shanahan.
Yeah.
And you know what? He can flip the switch at any point in time and go downhill at your behind.
Yeah.
And run it with daggone Debo Samuels, a wide receiver, and Chris McCaffrey.
Right.
And another guy going to run it back.
Yeah. Gosh, I have so many things I want to ask you right now. All right, first off, what's your feel for this current state of running backs in the NFL? Do you wish they'd do something to help these guys out financially a little bit, like earlier on in their career?
Why not?
Why not? Right.
I mean,
they're getting killed, and then it's time for a second contract, and they don't get paid.
This is why you have a two-system running back system.
Yeah.
It's to reduce the money.
Yeah.
Because if I can go to a high-paying dollar guy that's worth the money.
Right.
And I said, well, your contract up. Yeah, you only get this many carries. You only get at 900 yards or 1,000 yards.
Right.
And the other guy's getting 800. Well, you're not in the top 5 of the league.
Yeah.
Well, is that my fault?
Right. You just didn't give me the ball
You just didn't give me the ball enough.
Right.
So you're trying to break my money up amongst two guys. And that's what I'm starting to see.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
There's a lot of that going on. I mean, and again, I understand why, too, because the running back position, you don't have that bell cow guy.
Yeah.
Do you really want a bell cow guy is the question. You got a
Right.
Derrick Henry, and you may have a Josh Jacobs.
Yeah,
even
Nick
though
Chubb.
Nick Chubb.
That's about it,
That's
though.
about it.
Right.
Zeke used to be that.
Right.
But now you got Tony Pollard doing both.
Yeah.
They both are doing it that way, and they've both been very effective. So therefore, the money comes down.
I know. I worry about it. I wish they'd help these guys a little. Or they ride them too hard in the first 5 years, and then they go, well, you're not the same anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And we can't pay you.
Exactly.
Who do you think is back next year? Tony Pollard? Ezekiel Elliott? Both? Neither?
I think both.
Wow.
I think both because Pollard, because of his situation, his ankle, not many teams are going to be flocking to get him.
Going to hurt his market.
Isn't that horrible, too? That's the thing. You're right on the brink.
Yeah.
And there it is in a playoff game. And there goes your opportunity to either get the franchise tag money or hit the open market.
Correct. He can't hit the open market. And I think they may put the franchise tag on him and give him a chance to recover for next year. So this is going to be tough.
Yeah.
That's hard. Back to your point.
Right.
And I think the league can do something about those tackles, too, because you see a lot of guys tackling like that.
Hip drop.
Well,
hip drop.
You know, you're perfect to talk about this with. He's heard me say this. Like, that stuff didn't go on in your era.
No.
And one of my things is the gloves on the defensive guys.
Right.
They don't fall off people anymore.
Right.
Like, I used to watch you stiff arm people and they fell off. Now, I feel like if you stiff arm one of these guys, they still are on you because the gloves never let go, and then you get put in some awkward position.
Yeah.
And they got to say it, some of these tackles are just not good.
It's just not good. I mean, these hip tackles and riding the guy down, that's
like a rodeo.
It is a rodeo. It's another form of...
Like hog tie.
It's another form of...
Horse collar.
Horse collar.
It's the same idea.
Yeah.
Pulling a guy down from behind, and then you get a leg injury the way you fall down. The guy falls down on top of it.
It's
makes
like
it
all
even
you're
worse.
doing is just laying your weight back down and just laying on his leg.
Exactly.
That's the way you hurt.
It's got to go.
It has to go.
Got to go.
All right.
People are not tackling any longer.
No.
One way you help people from time to time when they drink responsibly is to have a little Herradura tequila.
Yeah.
You're back.
Yeah.
We got a bottle.
I'm back.
Ooh,
and
baby.
it looks great.
I always come bearing gifts during this time of year. So if y'all don't see me until next year, just know next year you're going to get another gift.
All right.
But obviously, this tequila, the Ultra Añejo, is a fine tequila. I didn't bring Ultra last year.
No, you didn't bring Añejo
I
last
brought
year.
Double Barrel Reposado last year.
Boom.
But this right here is Ultra Añejo. And Top Chef, I like to drink mines on a big rock.
Yeah.
Herradura right now is going to be the big-time sponsor and the lead sponsor and the main sponsor at the Kentucky Derby this year. So
Oh,
this brand is
okay.
up. This brand is on its way up.
All right,
That's
I
good.
like
It's
it.
got the horseshoe on the front,
Yes,
so it's
sir.
fitting to be part
Fitting.
of the Kentucky Derby.
We,
Very
we,
much
we
so.
do some tequila here, so definitely I'm a crushed ice and a little bit of a lime in my tequila.
crushed ice?
Just crushed
Get a
ice.
Big Rock next time.
I know. You sometimes I like it a little watered down, just a little bit.
Get the Big Rock. The Big Rock. Once it breathes,
It's good.
the Big Rock got
All
you
right.
covered, homie.
All right, I'll try
It's
it.
gonna keep you chilled the whole time.
Emmitt says so. I listen.
Here's something to try. Tequila mixed with an Italian liqueur called Di Serono. It is
See, he's getting all
awesome.
Italian stallion on you now
It
over
is
here.
awesome. I tried it one night, and I had one, and I was feeling good. I had a second one, and I was
What tequila
feeling
did
a
you
little too
use?
good. Herradura.
Did you really?
Yeah. No,
Was-
I didn't have any, but now I do.
Okay.
I'm not going to
He
mention
drank
any
the
other
bottle you gave him
tequilas.
to last year. He got through
Was
in
it a
hurry.
reposado that you used, or was it?
No, it was
Añejo.
Añejo.
It was an
Yeah,
Añejo?
yeah.
Okay.
All right, give
All
it a
right,
try.
good.
All right, one of the all-time greats, the all-time leading rusher, still to this day and probably for a long time to come, the great Emmitt Smith. When we return, an awesome receiver will be on set. You got to stick around to find out who it is. We'll be back with more right after this. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.